Watch how I use guidelines from a single pose to build a second pose with the exact same face. The secret behind my speed and consistency is something you can do too. I like to start out in Adobe Fresco with the symmetry tool. It makes it twice as fast to draw a face. Of course, things are very even, symmetrical, which makes it a little bit easier. I can focus more on the character of the face rather than worrying about the perfection of it being even side to side. And so this guy I'm developing as sort of a little bit dark character. He's not going to do dark things in my graphic novel, but he is going to have sort of dark features. Like he stays up and studies too late or something. So he's got kind of dark circles under his eyes, and his eyebrows are really down close, like he's got kind of protruding forehead a little bit. His eyebrows are right over the top of his eyes. And then, of course, I'm putting on some floppy, messy hair, flopping over his eyes. And this is very rough. I noticed I forgot to clean up one of the eyebrows under it, but I'll get to it eventually. Not in this video. So then I start thinking about the overall face shape and how that's going to work, how the ears are going to work. They're barely showing under the hair. And then I conclude here pretty soon and start working on, I put it back in the center. I shrunk it, put it back in the center, and now I'm working on the whole body. And I'm just putting on some basic, clothes, kind of baggy. He's going to wear a pair of sandals. And again, I'm still using the symmetry tool. I'm making everything exact because I'm just trying to develop the character at this point. I decided to put a maple leaf on his shirt because he's going to be a biologist of some sort in this story. He's going to be the science one. So it's kind of a symbol of who he is. Now, this is where I get into, you see all these pink lines I'm drawing? I get into creating the second view of the same character. And by adding the pink lines, I know right where the top and bottom of the head is, where the top of the eyes are, where the top of the eyebrows are, where the nose ends. And I use those lines to make the drawing match one to the other. It takes away one of the problems that you come across when you try and do characters. What it takes away is getting your proportions wrong. By drawing those lines across, you're going to get your proportions of your face, your eyes, eye placement, how big the lips are, how long the nose is. You're going to get that all right. And then you can just sort of work on the other things with, eyeing it up and trying it over and over again. It just helps to kind of minimize that part of your drawing, like doing things over and over again until you get them right, if you use a few guidelines. And again, I'm doing the same thing for the rest of the body. I mark the shoulder, the elbow, the end of the hand. I marked a little bit at the bottom with the shoes. Then I worked on the hand here a little bit to make it feel realistic. Then I sort of messed with his posture. I wanted him to be standing up nice and straight, but also like putting a curve in his back so he's not too straight. Now I'm playing around with the facial features. I just copied the face that doesn't have anything going on, and I put a smile on it. I made the eyes a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to make a sad face. So here I pulled the mouth down, then I made the cheeks a little bit bigger and lowered and darkened all around the eyes. Then I went back to the happy face and I lightened the eyebrows. So you can see there's a difference between the happy face and the sad face and the plain face. So the differences are really important, but also the consistency of the features from pose to pose are what make it believable that you're looking at the same person. Using those simple guidelines that help you with placement of all of the features takes about half of the work out of creating consistency from drawing to drawing in your characters.